before we dive into the latest news about Fred Buckle's fate in Call the Midwife, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. As a longtime fan of the show, I've always been fascinated by Fred Buckle's character, played by Cliff Parisi. His journey from a widowed handyman to a loving husband and father has been nothing short of heartwarming. However, season 13 tested our faith as he battled tetanus and aspirational pneumonia. Fred Buckle, a reliable fixture on the long-running series Call the Midwife since its debut in 2012, has been a beloved character in the show. His kind and compassionate nature, along with his honest yet somewhat questionable past jobs, have made him a fan favorite. And as a widower, Fred had tragically lost his spouse during World War II and was a father to two grown-up daughters from his prior marriage. In season 4, Fred encountered love once more with Violet G., the local seamstress whom he later married. Despite having a wealth of affection in his life, including his second cousin Reggie, who he also took under his wing, Fred is not always comfortable seeking assistance others when managing physical health issues that become more frequent as he grows older. And when Fred experiences his most daunting storyline within the Call the Midwife series, 13th season, it seems that this cherished caretaker might not make it through. In episode 3 of season 13, Fred sustains an injury to his hand while attempting to repair a lawnmower. In a hurry, Reggie rushes off to seek assistance, leaving Fred at Nonatu's house where Trixie attends to him. Curious about his health status, Trixie inquires whether Fred is current on his vaccinations. However, with the mayoral race of Violet consuming his thoughts, Fred unknowingly replies affirmatively, despite not having received any vaccination since his military service. Shortly thereafter, Fred succumbs to weakness due to worsening injuries in that Trixie identifies tetanus as the cause. From that point, things take a turn for the worse. A distressing situation as it becomes apparent that if Fred had been aware of his lack of vaccinations, Trixie could have administered the necessary shots in time. Despite treatment with penicillin, Fred's condition persists and deteriorates further, eventually requiring a ventilator due to the progression into aspiration pneumonia, making it difficult for him to breathe. Violet visits and pours her heart out to an unresponsive Fred, and it really looks like his time on Call the Midwife is coming to a close. However, in a visit with Reggie and Sister Monica Joan, Fred is able to move his hands and feet, open his eyes, and speak. Sister Monica Joan delivers the good news to Nonata's house that the Lord has expressed his gracious will and Fred has recovered his bodily health. To cap off the episode's happy ending, Violet wins the mayoral race. And as a dedicated movie enthusiast, I must admit that Call the Midwife has been applauded for its unique approach. Rarely, if ever, does it bid farewell to its central figures. However, the departure of Fred would have left an insurmountable void in the series, This show is more than just a medical drama. It's about hope, resilience, and the human spirit. Characters like Fred play a significant role in making this show uplifting and inspiring, filling us with hope for the characters and the stories they bring to life. In my perspective as a movie reviewer, although Fred was undeniably the focus during the health scare episode, he somewhat stepped back to allow other key characters of Call the Midwife to shine throughout the rest of the season. Um, However, in the season 13 finale, Fred gracefully took center stage once more, particularly in the heartfelt Mother of the Year competition storyline set in Poplar. Reggie, in a poignant scene, unveiled his miniature garden, symbolically filled with ivy for his mother and violets for Violet. Overwhelmed by emotion, Reggie struggled to continue his speak, and it was none other than Fred who stepped up to fill the gap, adding an extra layer of warmth to this emotional moment. In the upcoming season 14 of Call the Midwife, it's expected that Trixie and Matthew's um, situation in New York will play a significant role, and we'll probably see if they return uh, Due and to introduce the conflict and what they return. As for Fred, he's sure to make an appearance throughout the season, despite some grumbles about his wife's mayoral duties last season, especially during fireworks displays. Fred remains a reliable presence for Violet and Reggie. Here's hoping he keeps his vaccinations current as well. And on a lighter note, I guess you could say Fred's tetanus scare was a real cutting concern. Uh, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.